Like when people are in denial of stuff, it's like you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality.
So Chrisean Rock recently showed up at a church event holding her nearly 2-year-old son, and instantly, the internet lit up with opinions. It wasn't long before people started pointing out how little progress the child seemed to have made. Since Chrisean had kept him off social media for a while, many were surprised to see that he didn't appear to be hitting the developmental milestones most kids his age typically reach. Folks online have been worried about the little boy's health for a while now. Many believe that Chrisean is in denial about what's really going on with him. She's always acted like everything would just magically fix itself over time. But that approach might have backfired. A doctor who came across a recent video of the child on X, formerly Twitter, said what many have been thinking, that without real help, this boy might never be able to speak or develop properly. As if things weren't already sensitive, Blueface's mom chimed in and made things worse. She basically blamed Chrisean for her son's condition, implying that her choices during pregnancy led to the challenges he's facing now. That comment stirred even more backlash, with people taking sides and diving deeper into the situation. Let's rewind a bit. When Chrisean gave birth, she streamed it live on Instagram. Months later, she returned to the spotlight praising her son, calling him perfect and showing how proud she was. But viewers noticed right away that something seemed off. He had no head control, no eye-hand coordination, and when he cried, the tao's sound was sharp and unusual, more like a screech than a typical baby's wail. People felt that something wasn't right, but Chrisean kept brushing it off. Things escalated again when she appeared on a live stream defending the giant tattoo of Blueface's face on her own. In the background, her son started crying, and the sound immediately raised red flags. The cry didn't sound normal to many viewers. It was high-pitched, strained, and unsettling. In another clip where she was feeding him, fans pointed out that he didn't react to the spoon or food until it was right in front of him, and by then, he was already 8 months old. Most babies at that age are grabbing at spoons, reaching for food, and showing clear excitement. But he seemed disconnected. People started blaming Chrisean's behavior during pregnancy, particularly her drinking and smoking. One person even commented, saying that she was clearly in denial and that her son wasn't meeting any of the expected milestones. They mentioned he couldn't hold his head up on his tummy, didn't smile, and didn't make baby sounds. Chrisean snapped back, accusing people of being haters and trying to stir up drama. Some folks, however, speculated that the baby might have a genetic condition called Chrisean syndrome, a rare disorder that can cause high-pitched crying and developmental delays. Others argued that blaming milestones was unnecessary, and that every child grows at their own pace. But milestones aren't just for ego or competition. They help parents recognize when something might need attention. When a child doesn't reach expected developments by certain ages, it can signal that they need early support. According to several doctors who commented online, her son shows physical signs of fetal alcohol syndrome. They pointed out things like his small, slanted eyes, large ears set lower than normal, a flat face, and a smaller head size. The unusual crying could be a sign of this, or could even be a result of alcohol withdrawal in infants. On top of that, fans noted that in some photos, the reflection in his pupils appeared white instead of red, which could mean he's having vision problems too. Despite all the concerns and signs, Chrisean has remained defensive. She's told people to stop diagnosing her child online. She insists that she's taken him to see medical professionals and that nothing is wrong with him. Still, the public continues to raise questions, not out of hate, but out of real concern for the little boy's well-being. Whether it's denial, pride, or misunderstanding, people just want to make sure this child gets the care he might need. Because at the end of the day, it's not about pointing fingers. It's about giving this kid the best possible chance to grow up healthy and strong.
Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with, and what he look like, what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that? So I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child, to be honest.
It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw because I was in shock.
Chrisean Rock had been sharing almost every moment of her baby's life online, so people found it strange that she never posted anything from a doctor's visit. especially if everything really was okay. If a doctor had told her there was nothing wrong with her son, she would have likely posted it right away to shut down the criticism. Instead, it looked like she was ignoring all the signs. Blueface, who's not exactly known for being a hands-on dad either, even called her out. He accused her of delaying their son's hernia surgery because she said she had other things to do. According to him, she waited until it got worse before finally taking action. After his public rant, Chrisean quickly got the surgery done and rushed to post an update about how well her son was healing. When Junior was nearly a year old, she shared a video of him trying to walk, probably to prove people wrong. But the video only confirmed what fans had feared. He didn't seem to be walking, talking, or doing anything a typical one-year-old would. Critics began saying she only had the child to keep her connection to Blueface. Even her former best friend Janet said Chrisean was refusing to face the truth about her son's condition.
They diagnosed my baby on the internet. My baby is healthy. They would have told me he had syndrome. He's healthy, bro. Just because that picture wasn't that cute doesn't mean I could diagnose my baby on the internet. That shit is wild.
After getting so much backlash online, Chrisean finally made the decision to stop constantly posting her son on social media. And honestly, that might be the best choice she's made in a while. Keeping him out of the spotlight and giving him privacy was something a lot of people had been hoping for. But when she recently showed up at a church event with her little boy to debut her new song, Yahweh, people were stunned. He's almost 2 now, and many expected to see some development, or at least signs of progress. Instead, it looked like nothing had changed. At that age, most toddlers are curious, moving around, exploring their surroundings. But her son just sat there, still and unengaged. The issue isn't his possible disability. People aren't angry about that. What's upsetting folks is the way he's been neglected and left to suffer because of his circumstances. He didn't ask to be born into a chaotic, unstable situation. And sadly, all we've ever seen from his parents is constant drama, reckless choices, and an overwhelming lack of maturity. Let's not forget how many times Chrisean went online during her pregnancy, threatening to terminate it, saying she wasn't ready to be a mom. And even while pregnant, she was out partying, drinking, and smoking like nothing mattered. That alone raised concerns about how seriously she was taking motherhood. Now, seeing how her son is doing, many believe she's still in denial. And that's what hurts the most. To make things worse, Blueface's mom, Carlissa, who's never really liked Chrisean to begin with, has been very vocal about her concerns. She's publicly said that the baby clearly has some sort of issue, and as much as people may disagree with her tone, some are starting to agree with her. She said that the first time she saw her grandson in person, she was heartbroken. According to her, she couldn't even tell if he was making eye contact. She described the moment as deeply painful and admitted she was crushed.